Okie dokie, back day, which means front lever day. Front lever equals the best back gains. That's why. So, since I started daily squatting, putting some more focus on the squats a few days ago, I have been feeling it, and naturally, you put more eggs into one basket, you're gonna have to pull some from the other, because otherwise, too many eggs, you're gonna get constipated. But that just means a bit less planche, a bit less front lever intensity, but nonetheless, that doesn't mean that the trainings are useless. You can still put in the effort, get used to the form, focus on form in the meantime, right? Instead of going all out on intensity. And these trainings might not be the most exciting. You're not going to get the biggest PRs, but still, you don't build the house without a foundation. And these trainings where you take care of your form, don't go all out. These trainings are going to build your foundation. So when I get back to the front lever and the planche seriously, right, in 30 days when the squat challenge is over, I'm going to have a big foundation to make basically use of to build my house. And the house are the gains that we want to see, the big PRs, so to speak. So today, again, front lever day, I'm going to do pull-ups and holds. So we got the bent arm movement and the straight arm movement, the two main movements in front lever, right? The one is for the upper back muscles. You're pulling back here, everything is tight in your upper back. The other one, front lever, is more, with the straight arm work, is more on your lats, right? So we're gonna start off with the pull-ups, because those target the upper back muscles. They don't tire out your body as much as the front lever, straight arm front lever movements, right? Because the smaller muscles are being used, the big ones are still fresh, and I can use those in the second part of the training, to finish myself off, which sounds weird. Okay, let's get started with some pull-ups. Woo! Feeling tired, but still, I think the best set I've ever done when it comes to 11 pull-ups to touch. I'm gonna try and not get too excited and just keep to doing front lever without any extra weight on the feet, looking for form. And then next time we will actually feel power. Okay, 5 sets of pull-ups are done, and different from most times, there are no supersets, no drop sets, no rest pauses, and that's because today, I want to take it a bit easy. Focus on the form as much as possible, and I say as much as possible because I'm not perfect, right? My instincts always tell me to just use momentum and hoist as much as possible. I can't help it. But in spite of that, I think I did quite well today. On the last set, of course, or on the last few sets, I shall say, a bit of momentum was used. I'm not gonna lie about that. But hey, still, I think quite good. And even on the last set, right, I accidentally did 12 reps instead of 11. And it felt okay. So, going a while like this, continuing a while like this, and I think I will be able to move on to 5 sets of 12 reps. But that's, of course, something for after the 30 days of squats. it's not a good idea to ramp up volume on everything at the same time, because then you're gonna crash, right? You don't wanna crash, you wanna be able to continue your training as long as possible. But anyway, now moving on to some EMOM. I'm gonna do 1 round of 5 sets, not 2 rounds, because I wanna, like I said, tone it down a bit today. But 5 sets of EMOM, so every minute on a minute, I'll do a set of front lever, and I kind of want to do it in what is it? Not pyramid style, but ascending style, right? So I'll start with 11 seconds and end up on 15 seconds of front lever hold for each set. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. And I'm gonna do this unweighted. It's gonna feel quite heavy, or not quite heavy, but it's gonna burn quite a lot, I believe. But I just want to give this a go, you know. I often do similar trainings, but never the same training. So just training the same stuff over and over again in different manners, in different ways. And eventually you will see growth. So let's get on with the EMOM, and then after that we can move on to some longer sets. You know, EMOM is really just the best way to get a volume in when it comes to your holds, pull-ups, push-ups, whatever, in a short amount of time. If you're pressed on time, right? If you have 10 minutes, you can do 10 sets of EMOM. And if you do a lot of push-ups in all of those sets, you're gonna be crazy pumped by the end. So, you know, I really like EMOM. That's all I wanna say. Oh, fuck. I'm feeling tired today. Alrighty, I was just talking into the camera for like 5 minutes and it wasn't even recording. But EMOM sets are done. Felt great, of course. And you know, these EMOM sets, I think they can be a benefit to the guys and girls still learning the front lever and planche as well, right? If you're still trying to unlock your full planche, your full front lever, try these EMOM sets once in a while, because you know, when I was learning the planche and the front lever, and I see a lot of other guys doing this as well, I was only focusing on doing the most difficult progression that I was able to do. So like one-legged holds for like 2 or 3 seconds, and I would do it for 3 sets and then just be completely done. And you know, eventually you're gonna get to your goal, but your risk of injury is way higher, and there's way better ways of training as well. Because if you think about it, doing like the 2-second hold, you know, and struggling to do so, that's kind of doing the same as like a 1 rep max, right? It's the same style. It's the same style as a 1 rep max, and you're doing it for every set. Of course, you know, if someone is training the pull-up and they're only doing 1 rep maxes, you're going to tell them, hey, shouldn't you do a bit more volume, right? The same is true for front lever and planche and whatever skill, right? You want to do a bit more volume. So if you're kind of stuck on a progression, you're not able to, you know, go forward anymore, I would suggest try these kind of volume trainings, you know. It doesn't have to be EMOM every minute on the minute, but it can be something similar where you do like multiple sets, you know, kind of shorter, but you can feel the burn on a lower progression. And yeah, I think those are really beneficial. And you don't really have to do as much as I do, right? I usually do 2 rounds of 5 sets of EMOM, which is 10 sets in total. Today I only did 5, but what you can also do, for example, is 2 rounds of 3 sets of EMOM, right? Then you have 6 sets, and the sets are kind of short, so it's not too much volume either. But you can play around with that, right? If you're tired of always, you know, maxing out on short sets, just back off a bit, you know, lower the intensity, do a bit of volume, feel the burn, you know, it feels good, you know, to feel your shoulders burn in the planche or your back burn in the front lever. It feels good, right? So, you know, feel the burn, let the blood flow in your muscles, I think it's going to be of a great benefit. And yeah, that's it regarding EMOM. Right now, I will do one longer final sit, 45 seconds. Now, 45 seconds, that's a specific sit that I do because I want to be able to hold the front lever for 45 seconds, right? So I practice 45-second sits, a bit lower intensity, but if you're still trying to unlock your planche and front lever, it's not a good idea, right? Usually the sweet spot, if you're still trying to learn, the bulk of your training should be between like 5 and 12 seconds hold, I believe. And then every once in a while you attempt like a new progression, and those are going to be like your 1 rep maxes, right? Like attempts and 2 seconds hold. But the bulk should be between 5 and 12. And you can go beyond that as well, especially if you think it's fun, by all means do it. But I think like the real sweet spot for strength, which you need to unlock new progressions, is 5 to 12 seconds. Everything above that is going to be more endurance-based, which is what I'm training for right now. So yeah, one more set, maybe 2, but probably not, of 45 seconds hold. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. Way easier at the beginning of a training. Alright, if there is one certainty in life, it's the fact that after a front lever session, you're gonna have an insane pump. Alright, front lever really never disappoints, guys. Woo. 45 seconds sits, 10 second sits, 1 minute sits, 2 second sits. Just do a little bit of everything, right? Horse the shit out of your back, you know, until it's destroyed, and the gains will not disappoint. That being said, today was a bit lighter, you know, focusing mostly on form, lowering the volume. So all in all, I think I'm gonna recover very well. And yeah, the next front lever training is gonna be very fun because of that. So, yep, I need to give a quick bulk update. I upped my calories a few days ago, you know, together with starting the squats challenge. I thought it would be a good idea, you know, to have some extra calories in my system and make some leg gains. Also just because I wasn't gaining any weight anymore, but, you know, upping the calories over 3,500 every day now, between 3,500, 3,800 is like kind of the goal. And with that being said, you know, a couple of days have passed and we are now cruising above 72 kilos day after day after day, which is good, you know. I'm gonna keep eating and hopefully in about 30 days even start to push 73 kilos, which would be very nice, only 2 kilos away from the final goal of 75. So everything's heading in the right direction, guys. It's very simple. If you want to gain weight and you're not gaining weight, there's 2 parameters that you can change up, right? When it comes to food, you can either eat less or you can eat more. That's the only 2 choices you have. Which one of those is going to give you the most chance of gaining weight, right? I don't have to answer it for you. Obviously, it's eating more, right? If you're eating less, you're not going to gain weight. And that's just the the fact. I mean, there's no way around it, right? Even if you say or you believe you're eating 5,000 calories a day, well, if you're not gaining weight, eat more. There's no other way around it. And train hard, right? training hard, eating a lot, is going to result in gains. And if the gains are slow or fast, it doesn't matter, right? Like if you think to yourself, oh, I'm not gaining weight, right? Check the scale daily and then compare today's weight to like 4 weeks ago. If on average, like per week, right? On average, you haven't gained any weight, then you actually are not gaining any weight. But if you see like in 4 weeks time, right? That right now your weekly average is like even 200 grams higher than it was 4 weeks ago, well, then you're gaining weight, right? It might not be as fast as you want, but you're gaining weight, you're making progress. And if you want to make faster progress, well, then you gotta eat more. You gotta put in more work, more calories. And that's just, it's simple, but very difficult at the same time, right? But anyway, today was a very good training. Now I'm gonna have my breakfast, have a shower, and see you tomorrow for leg day. Yes, leg day, hamstrings, and pistol squats.